Yo, what's good? It's your boy, Vacation Time with Ryan. Wow, what do we have here? Wow, senores. Another one. Man, the passport community, the passport bros, whatever you want to call it, has been getting a lot of hate, backlash, whatever you want to call it lately. So we're gonna react to a video. A young lady takes to social media to voice her opinion on the passport bros, aka black men traveling. That's just my personal opinion. But let's get into it. Interesting enough,
Rarely say a bad thing about it, but let me tell you.
this is a black woman. So for those of you who had any smoke for me that had anything to do with color, this is one of our sisters. So let me start off this by saying I am a content creator. I'm here to create content. I do not spread hate. I'm a positive brother. I love everybody. Shout out to this sister here. I don't know if her socials pop up on the screen. I can't remember if it pops up. If it does, go ahead. If you want to follow and support her, go for it. But I'm going to give my commentary. I might be pausing a little bit, and then towards the end, I'll probably just let the video play from front to back if anyone wants to hear it without interruptions. All right. This is your boy Vacation Time with Ryan. Enjoy and give your opinion. Go to the comments, give your opinion. Although this is a real thing, this is a real matter. People are going to Colombia and this is real stuff, right? So I don't take this lightly, but I'm just saying I am a content creator. Please don't be upset with me for my personal opinions. All right. We all don't need to agree with each other. We're all human beings. All right. So let's get into it and let's give a raw reaction. All right. There you go.
Now, Colombia is one of my favorite countries, and I rarely say a bad thing about it, but let me tell you, that passport bro situation is so heinous that when I was in Medellin, I was afraid to stand too long on the street corner.
So, right off the bat, Ken Griffey Jr. Just right off the bat, this is what she says. That passport bro situation is so heinous. So I'm gonna let her continue, but just using my imagination thus far, what we have, the information that we have so far, the passport bro situation is so heinous. What's so heinous? Her seeing men out there that want to deal with women. That's it. That's all she's talking about. She's not talking about crimes. She's not talking about breaking law. She's not talking about being loud and obnoxious or none of that. She's just talking about literally just seeing men enjoying themselves and they're using their money to do so. That I'm telling you, this is what she's talking about.
Now, Colombia is one of my favorite countries, and I rarely say a bad thing about it, but let me tell you, that passport bro situation is so heinous that when I was in Medellin, I was afraid to stand too long on the street corner. Like, I'm not kidding. One time I was waiting for my Uber on a sidewalk in a popular area, and I'm looking around and I see all these other women standing there, and I'm like, I don't think they're also looking for Ubers. I was like, let me go back and stand with the crowd. The passport bro situation is so obvious that his video is not an exaggeration. It is not hard to find a.
Oh, sorry. So when she says his video, her entire video, she was reacting to. You remember the Power Ranger guys? I don't know if you don't know. Remember, I'm a content creator. There's a guy, we call him the Pink Power Ranger. He made a video about passport bros in Cartagena. And if you didn't see it, I don't know. Just go back and watch one of my lives. We reacted to it. All right, so just giving you that. She's talking about the Pink Ranger video. So hold on, let's back up a little bit.
Popular area, and I'm looking around and I see all these other women standing there, and I'm like, I don't think they're also looking for Ubers.
So she's seen a bunch of women standing around while she was waiting for her Uber, and she was like, I don't think they're waiting for Ubers. They must be trying to make some money out here. For whatever reason, that bothered her, I guess. All right, let's continue. All right. Well, the video tends to be lagging a little bit. Hang on.
I don't think they're also looking for Ubers. I was like, let me go back and stand with the crowd. The passport bro situation is so obvious that his video is not an exaggeration. It is not hard to find a 50-year-old looking man with gold chains on and all this nice clothing with a girl who looks half his age. And this isn't to shame sex workers. Get in how you fit in.
All right. So she said there's 50-year-old looking men with gold chains, plural, with a woman looking half his age. All right. So 50, 25. I mean, that's not against the law. However, okay, whatever. She doesn't like to see that. It's perfectly fine for her to voice her opinion on that, right? The gold chain things. I read a lot of the comments. Guys were saying, man, 50-year-old men are not out there wearing gold chains. That's what they said. They said men don't really wear gold chains out there like that. Me personally, I've been to Medellin two or three, and each time I was with my girlfriend, so I wasn't paying attention to what. I don't recall seeing men wearing chains. I wasn't paying attention for that. Of course, I seen the women, but again, I was with my girlfriend, so I did not indulge in speaking to any of them. But I got approached by women while I'm holding hands with my chick. I've been approached by women, but we understand this is a place that we came to, and we knew that's what goes on there. But we came there to explore Medellin, a beautiful city. And, we climbed, we went to the Watape, whatever, did all that, the whole nine. Pablo Escobar tour, all that, the whole nine. But anyway, this is not about that. The point is, we had the intelligence and the wherewithal to understand where we were at, and we were not bothered by what had nothing to do with us. But for some reason, this young lady was evidently bothered by what she saw, which is she's entitled to her own feelings, and that's fine. All right, let's go.
It is not hard to find a 50-year-old looking man with gold chains on and all this nice clothing with a girl who looks half his age. And this isn't to shame sex workers. Get in how you fit in. But if you are a man, you should be more careful. Like, I don't know how many times the government got to warn y'all about dating in Colombia. You will get got. But then honestly, a lot of y'all go there to take advantage of these Colombian women. So if you get got, Also, I don't want to hear nothing about my.
She said, wait, hold on. I want to get that part in its entirety.
With a girl who looks half his age. And this isn't to shame sex workers. Get in how you fit in.
So notice the first thing you hear her say, and this isn't to shame sex workers. Get in how you fit in. So she made it's funny that every time I see one of these videos, they always make it so clear, very clear, that, hey, I have no problem with the women. We live in a culture where we can't stand men. We just cannot stand men. I don't care if you're white, black, blue, purple, tall, short, fat, skinny. For some reason, we can't stand men, especially men of the United States, for some reason in these cultures. Excuse me. I meant to say in the culture of the United States, for some reason, we cannot stand men. Nowadays, we just can't stand men. She made it so clear to say, well, I ain't got a problem with the S workers. Get it how you live or whatever. Get your money. We always hear that. No, get your money. The girls, they working. They need the money. Get your money, Ray. All right? I got more to say about that. Hold on. Let's finish off. All right. I apologize. The video is...
It is not hard to find a 50-year-old looking man with gold chains on and all this nice clothing with a girl who looks half his age. And this isn't to shame sex workers. Get in how you fit in. But if you are a man, you should be more careful. Like, I don't know how many times the government got to warn y'all about dating in Colombia. You will get got. But then honestly, a lot of y'all go there to take advantage of these Colombian women. So if you get got, Also,
she said, this is what she said. A lot of you guys go there to take advantage of these S workers. So if you get got, she like that. All right, excuse me. So basically what she's saying is, oh, well, you guys are just going over there to take advantage of the women. So if they rob and unalive you, then oh well. That's pretty much what she just said, right? Because she knows what's going on. She's obviously talking about the drugging and people getting scoped. Let's see, can we finish off this video? I think she just said something about her alarm at the end. Yeah, she said something about ignore my alarm or something. You know, the chirp chirp, whatever. So let's get this. Let's talk about it for a second, all right? So we have a young lady here that says the passport bro situation in Medellin, Colombia is very heinous. It's terrible. And she described what she's seeing, this, that, and the third. And she's basically, and she made it a point to say, I have nothing against the women. You know, but these guys, they're terrible. They're 50 years old, with girls half the age, they're wearing their gold chains. And then she says, you should be careful, but you know what? You guys are there taking advantage of the chicks. So, if y'all get got, whatever. She did it like with a smirk, as to say, you know, good for them if they get got, right? All right, so now let's put this into perspective, right? Let's just put it into perspective, right? Because this is not just her. We've reacted to other videos, and especially on live stream, we've done a lot of reactions to passport bro hate, right? And to me, I just call it, if you're a man traveling and you're from especially the United States, but it could be from other countries, could be Europe, Canada, whatever, Jamaica, whatever. But especially the United States, you're going to get a lot of hate. And you're going to be called a passport bro. Even if you stand out and you say, I'm not a passport bro, it don't matter. That don't matter. That don't matter. All right? Get out your feelings. Because people comment and they're like, I'm not a passport bro. And everything she said is right. Those guys are terrible. Listen, listen. I'm not one of these guys. Remember, I said I've been to Medellin multiple times and I was always with my girlfriend when I went. But when I see stuff like this, it does bother me because you're going to a place where you hear all these guys are going, you're seeing the viral videos, and you're hearing it's a hot tourist spot, and you're going. And you know precisely exactly what's going on over there. And you make a conscious decision to go. And then when you see what you heard you were going to see, you get mad and bothered by it, and then you go online, and then you try to bash the men over there. Now, everywhere in the world, you have good people and you have bad people. So there's a small percentage of the large group of people going that do stupid things, very stupid things, and I disagree with it. I'm not defending those things. I'm against breaking the law. I'm not with breaking the law, and I'm not with you embarrassing us. I don't agree with none of that. So before you confuse my message, let's get that very clear. I don't agree with guys going over there and embarrassing our culture. All right. So guys, get your act together. But for the majority, most guys, you know, I've been a strong amount of times, right? Even Cartagena, whatever, Bogota, Medellin. I've been to all these places, and the majority of the guys I've seen with my own two eyes are respectable, and they're not breaking the law. If you see a man with a woman, if you see a man from another country with a Colombian woman, that is not against the law for them to be holding hands or standing together. I've seen videos hating where people are like, oh, these dudes out here holding hands and they're doing this and they're doing. Why do you care? I don't care what two grown adults want to do with their time. If she's trying to make money and he don't mind spending some money to have some fun, that has nothing to do with Ryan. That ain't my business. It don't disgust me. It don't bother me. I don't care. Because if I care a lot, I got too much time on my hands. I must ain't got nothing going on if I care that much. I am a content creator, so I'm going to make my content. But and then some of these people are content creators too that come out and they bash the Passport Bros and whatever. So that also happens. But anyways, let me put this in perspective before we go. So listen and pay attention, please. Don't use your emotions. Just try to think logically, right? She has no problem with the women, and nobody never does, by the way. All these videos, nobody ever comes for the women, right? So you have a group of women here and you have a group of men. So of these two groups, some men are doing things that none of us agree with. Cool, right? But let's just go by the majority. If you took 1,000 men, I guarantee at least 975, and to my opinion, at least 975 are just want to have some fun. That's it. Legal, innocent fun. And they don't mind spending their money, right? If you took 1,000 of them from Medellin that is selling the fun, out of that 1,000, my personal opinion, I believe at least 500 of them will have something in their purse that if you're green, if you don't know any better, if you don't know the rules, if you don't have security at the front and all that good stuff, I believe they have something in their purse that they'll put in your drink, and you could not wake up for 2 days, or you could never wake up ever again. Now, okay, maybe I'm being a little mean. Maybe not 500, right? Let's say about 250. Out of 1,000, let's say about 250, right? So it's still way much more than the guys that are doing bad, right? Or let's say it's the same amount, just for the sake of the argument, because I know people in the comments are not going to like this. So let's say 1,000, let's say only 100 of them might drug you. And let's say out of 1,000 dudes, let's say 100 of them might be loud and obnoxious and be embarrassing to see out, right? But the majority of the guys just want to have fun. You have chicks out there that will literally put something in your drink that you could potentially never, ever wake up again. Dudes get left in Colombia and never wake up and never, and this, that, and the third. And some people will say, oh, they deserve it. They shouldn't be buying box. They shouldn't be paying for pros, mangoes, whatever, paying for ladies of the night. This is how sick some people are. They would say you deserve to lose your life just because you're willing to pay to have some fun. This is how sick some of these people are who hate on the Passport Bros. This is how terrible these people are as human beings. You taking your money and you doing something that's not against the law, and you choosing what you want to do with your money as a man, and people will laugh at you when you get drugged and don't wake up. This is the sick world we live in right now, right? But anyways, my point is, forget about the percentages and the thousand, forget about all of that. My point is, some of them over there carry a drug that if they put it on you, you could lose your life and never wake up. And still, pay attention. Stay with me, because I know some of you guys are still going to come for the Passport Bros and da-da-da-da-da. Pay attention. Stay with me. Even this young lady, she was like, I don't have anything against the S workers, right? Even though you know, and then she followed up to say, oh, some of y'all would get got, but like, oh, well, you know, you're trying to take advantage of them. So basically she's saying you deserve it then. These people are unaliving people, putting something in their drink where they would never wake up, which is essentially murder. And you have nothing bad to say about them, but you have something bad to say about a dude that want to pay for a good time. Innocent, legal, good time. You got a problem with that, but you don't have a problem with the ladies that are unaliving other human beings. Just as the fact of being a human, you should at least go against someone that wants to unalive people for the sake of robbing them and taking their money and their laptop and clearing their bank accounts and doing all this stuff. And you say, I ain't got nothing against them. Get your money. It's all good. Do you see this? Do you see why this bothers me? Because I don't look at just like, oh, well, there is some guys out there doing, sure, you guys don't embarrass us. Sure, I agree. Don't embarrass us. Hey, have respect. Hey, learn some Spanish. Hey, respect the culture. Sure. I agree with all that. Yeah, no, for sure. 100%. I'm speaking Spanish out here. Of course, I would want uh demand them to learn Spanish and go over there and be respectful and all of that. 100%. But it's the logic behind people like her. They're simply, and I dig it back deep because I live in the United States and I see day in and day, and I love everybody. So black, white, purple, yellow, that's just my heart. I'm a good person. But when I see people cheering on dudes getting drugged and this and that because you're sick, because guys are going to a place where to them it's like a paradise, it's like Candyland. And let me tell you the real reason why a lot of these chicks are mad at the passport bros. I'm gonna tell you why, right? They look at these group of men and they look at it like these men don't deserve these beautiful women, because they're looking at it like these guys are cheating the system. Because to get a beautiful woman of that caliber in the United States, you got to have a lot of money and or a lot of status, right? Or you just got to be super good look. Because I mean, there's high status women that'll smash the pool boy and cheat on their husband and stuff like that. We know about that. Like Tom Brady's girl rocking with the personal trainer and all that happens too, right? But that's another story. But the point I'm trying to make, these chicks look at these dudes like, let me tell you what goes, like what the feeling they get when they see these dudes. They like, oh, this dude lame. He don't deserve her. She's a baddie. Like, and so they instantly get this jealousy. Like, man, he's not supposed to be with her. That's how they feel. That's why they instantly get on Instagram and TikTok and start ranting, because they're like, man, you don't believe this passport world stuff. These guys out here buying, da 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 da, because they're looking at y'all like, you don't deserve her. She's a baddie, right? You don't deserve her. Even though she might not have a lot of money, even though she might be selling box and doing this, that, and the third, you don't deserve her. That's how they look at it, right? Growing up in my time in the United States, there were certain people that didn't really get a lot of respect from society. I believe everyone deserves to be treated with respect and as human beings. But it was commonly understood growing up that there were certain people that just wasn't really very much respected. I'm not saying I agree. I'm just telling you what was. All right. So get out your feelings. I'm just telling you what was. And a group of those people where I'm trying to say this like YouTube friendly, were human beings that slept around a lot. Those people typically were not really respected. Not men. If you know what I'm talking about, right? So S workers and all of that weren't really as highly respected. But it's only in 2025 now where you have people like, oh, but the S workers, oh, I ain't got no problem with them. Get your money. Yeah, get them. Yeah, whatever. Rob them. Do all that. These are times we living in right now. So even buying box, I mean, come on. Some people don't even respect, you buying box, this, that, and the third. Whatever, cool. I ain't got nothing bad to say about nobody. The seller or the buyer, I don't care enough. I respect everybody, and like I said, I love everybody. But when I peel back the layers, this just sounds like the dumbest thing I've heard today. I ain't got no problem with the one putting stuff in the man's drink that could make this dude never wake up again. His family never put pain to the man's family because he was trying to have fun on a vacation. I ain't got no problem with her, but him, because I don't like that he's trying to pay for something that he doesn't deserve. He's a lame. He don't deserve that. She is so beautiful. She's a diamond in the rough. She's a star. And she's dealing with 10 different dudes a day, but she's just an amazing golden diamond in the sand. She's like, come on, bro. If one of y'all can make it make sense for me, I got $1,000 cash for you. For you, if you could make this make sense as to why they want to respect the people that are drugging these dudes versus the dudes that just want to have some fun, and they're even willing to pay these people's bills in order for them to have some fun. The dudes that are helping put money into your thousands and thousands and even millions of dollars annually into your economy, into your into tourism in your cities and this, that, and the third, whatever. Don't quote me on the numbers. I'm just saying dudes are coming in droves and spending money and helping out. Again, I don't support the negativity or the bad things. I'm just talking about dudes coming to spend money, not breaking the law, helping feed families, and you guys are sick about it. People like that, I would never never agree with. I like to mind my business, but I am a content creator. So before we go, I think I seen a video on TikTok that was interesting. Before we go, I was ranting, my fault.
So if you're a single male traveler coming to Colombia or Medellin anytime soon within the next couple of months, you're going to want to pay attention to this. Migration in the airports, especially here in Maria Jose Cordova, they are starting to single out single male travelers. They're going through phones. They're looking for pictures, videos of anything that may be somewhat related to tourism. Now, I've heard stories of guys that had pictures of just their girlfriends in bathing suits, or a girl in a bathing suit, and they basically flag that as something related to tourism and send them back home. So if you're coming to Medellin, you need to, or Colombia in general, I would make sure that you don't have any kind of pictures that may be explicit or anything like that for them to have to pull you out or basically return you back home.
So you hear that, right? So, and I heard stories too, by the way. So it's saying they could go through your stuff. They're going through phones. That is tough, man. Going through phones is tough. So you go through some phones, and if they see a picture of a chick that appears to be Colombian in a bathing suit or even nude, or don't let it be nude, you're cooked. They're going to send you back to the States, and they're going to accuse you of coming for the wrong reason. And they have the right to do it. It's their country. They can do whatever they want to do. Personally, if that happened to me, I would probably never return to whatever city it is again, because I just feel like it's an unnecessary, and I'm gonna feel violated, But so they like, yeah. So if you're gonna go, try not to have any, even if it's your girlfriend, try not to have any pictures of your girlfriend, even in a bathing suit. Yo, the things I see happening in this world is so wild, man. Protect your country, do what you got to do, man. It's hard to enter the United States. So, I totally understand if you have to go to extreme measures to cut down on something that you feel like is toxic in your country. It's your country, man. But that it's just it's crazy, man. The world we living in. And guys, please, man, if you're gonna travel, have respect, do it responsibly. Be careful. If you're gonna go, have your fun. Make sure you do it safely. Wear protection. Make sure you have security at the front and all of that. Because unlike her, I'm not like her. I don't like to see people getting drugged and stuff like that. All right. And I'm not like these goofy, weird dudes who laugh at stuff like that. Anyways, you're a weak person, and you're a weird, goofy, lame if you think someone getting drugged is funny, and karma has a way of working. So that's why I'm so peaceful and respectful, man. I wasn't always this way. When I was young, I was a different guy. I believe in peace, positivity, and being respectful. But certain things I don't agree with, I'm going to give my opinion on, and y'all just keep it peaceful, keep it respectful. I see y'all on one of these trips out here, and you know, we'll have a drink and we'll chill and we'll chop it up. You know what I'm saying? Don't take anything I say personal. I'm a content creator. So this is your boy Vacation Time with Ryan. Hope you enjoyed this video, especially if you made it to the end. Drop a 100 in the comments. Give your opinion on this. Do you agree with the young lady in the video that basically was saying, if you guys get got, like, it's goofy. All right, man. Y'all be blessed, man. It's your boy.